Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to play with this palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. I bought this myself. I bought it at Beauty Bay in Europe because I'm in Sweden and I'm so excited to be trying this palette out. It is actually a blue-brown palette, so I'm going to be doing two looks. I'm going to show you some swatches and I'm going to let you know what do I think about this palette is worth picking up. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful makeups. I'm so excited to be playing with these blues today. And if you want to see some more color on your timeline, if you want to see someone actually using those pops of colors in all those palettes that you see, this is definitely the place to be. Please do subscribe because I upload several videos a week. Oh, I'm so excited to be playing with this. So this is the Blueberry Muffin. I think this is part of their brunch. They have a brunch thing. And I was so impressed with the ice cream shop palettes that I got from BH Cosmetics. I will try and remember to leave that video up here if you want to see me swatch and use those palettes. I was extremely impressed with the quality, so I decided to pick up this Blueberry Muffin palette as well, just to see if this is the same kind of quality as those palettes were. This one is a cool toned neutral palette and a blue palette mixed all into once. It goes from really dark to really light, shimmers and mattes, and I am so intrigued to be playing with this. I thought today, because I'm actually going live on my friend Britt Clark's channel, there was a live celebrating her going 10k, reaching 10k, and I will leave a link to that down below in case you want to see that, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna save the replay, because that was this Saturday, so it's pretty recently, so you can see how it looks like in action live and stuff, because it's gonna be different lighting. And then I'm gonna film another look tomorrow. I'm gonna do an all blue look for Sunday. You know, who doesn't want to have a blue eye look for Sunday? And then I'm gonna come back and I'll let you know what I think about it. So let me just zoom in and we can start. Oh yeah, did I say I bought it at Beauty Bay? Like I said, I'm living in Sweden. I bought it at Beauty Bay, but it's also available at BH Cosmetics in Germany if you're living in Europe. If you're not living in US, you can buy it at Beauty Bay because they do ship worldwide. Otherwise, you can buy it at BH Cosmetics US site, and it's also available at Ulta. In US, it's $18, and in Europe, it is 18 euros. I think that was everything. Okay, let's get into the look. Okay, if you're wondering about my lip color, I am wearing Victorious by Rephr Beauty. I will leave a link to that down below. They did restock their shades now, so they had another restock if you're interested in trying Rephr Beauty. I think it's just such amazing, comfortable, like semi-glossy formula. It's just really pretty. And the highlight I'm wearing is the Milk Makeup Flex highlighter over the Natasha Denona cream highlighter stick. So let's get into this palette. I think I'm gonna do, like I said, something brown with like a blue on the lids. I'm thinking I'm gonna play with these two in the crease, and then I'm gonna use this Tempting on the lid, and maybe this very cool toned Hot and Fresh in my inner corners. Maybe I'll even do like a blue lower lash line, because I feel like that is like a way of like keeping it fun, but not doing a blue smoky eye, because I realized that that's not for everyone. So I am gonna not use this fluffy shade. This is not the kind of shade that I use, but if you like using those kind of shades, at least you know it's here. I'm gonna actually start with the 350 degrees that's up here. 350 degrees, is that like referring to like Fahrenheit? Like, is that a special? I think I'm not getting it. Okay, so just with a fluffy, this is a fluffy taper brush. This is from Kaleidos. I'm just gonna put this in the crease. I'm just placing it to start, and then I'll blend it out as we go. This mirror is not ideal. Can I move it? I can, perfect. I'm gonna do a classic shape where it's a little bit more like dark towards the outer corner and having it a little lighter towards the inner part of the eye. I feel like that is something that I like to wear, but you should of course like tailor this to your eye shape and wear the thing that you like the most. This is very blendable. I wonder if maybe I can use a bit of that fluffy to blend out the edges afterwards, because there is not a lighter brown in this, which, I mean, I don't mind that. I'm not all about having a transition shade for everything. You can just blend it out and fade it either way, especially when it's a brown. But I know that maybe some people will be missing a transition shade. But if you have a deeper skin tone, I mean, that's perfect, because that is usually a shade that you might not use at all. So that is very pigmented and very reminiscent of the quality in the ice cream shop palettes. I'm taking a bit of that fluffy now, and I'm just running that on the edge so that I have a bit of powder there, so I can blend the edge a bit. And then I'm going back with the 360. Well, the brush, I didn't add any additional product. This is just the same brush that I had the brown and no additional product. And I'm blending again over the edge. I think I'm gonna keep it a little bit higher, so I'm adding a little bit more of that brown here. Because I want my eye shape to follow the arch of my brows. That is just the shape that I prefer. And you're wearing brown eyeshadows. 2020 is really full of surprises. Okay, I've gone back and forth a couple of times. I feel like this is a pretty decent blend and very dramatic. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, and then I'm gonna deepen up even more. But I will say that it's very deep just with this first shade. Very deep. And I like that. I like when shades are like pigmented and the color that they are in the pan. That's lovely. I really hope I'm in focus. I'm so sorry if I'm going in and out of focus. I keep forgetting that I don't have autofocus on. I'm using that Decadent now, which is the darkest brown. And I'm gonna deepen this up even more. This is a really cool tone, like bitter chocolate brown. It almost has like a slight red undertone, at least how it looks in the pan. This is how I love browns, when they're like not too warm and just really deep and sultry. Oh, yum. Okay, I'm gonna deepen this up just a little bit more, and then we can go in with that shimmery blue. I mean, this is so deep and so dramatic. The blend is looking really nice in real life, but it's not 100% in this area here. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that peach fluffy, and I will probably, if I use the browns in this palette again in the future, I will probably bring in a transition shade just for me, like something that fits me. So if you are my skin tone or lighter, I would kind of recommend you to use something before using the browns. I mean, anything. Use your bronzer. Just to like ease up that edge a bit, but I do think it looks really, really great. I want to use this one, the Tempting one. I think I'm gonna use that one on my lid, and I am gonna spray it because I don't want any fallout, because I always do my face first. I know I should probably do a video like going out of my comfort zone and just doing my eyes first, because I never do that. This picks up really nice. Let me spray this. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can put this on basically my entire lid. That is stunning. It does still get a little bit of fallout, just so you know, but that could also be me loading up my brush too much. It has a little bit of a duochrome action to it, slight, because there's a little bit of purpley blue here and a little bit of more of a greeny turquoise blue here. So I think it has a little bit of a duochrome action. So I'm pulling it in towards the inner part, and I'm just gently, I'm gonna clean off my brush a bit like this, and I'm gently gonna just drag it a bit into the crease. I don't mind if there is a little bit of, and I'm taking the brush that I used the dark with, I don't mind if there's a little bit of shimmer particles in my crease. If you don't like that, maybe just doing a sharp edge would fit maybe your makeup aesthetics a bit more, but I don't mind having a little bit of shimmer in my crease if that means that I can have a bit smoother transition. I'm using a little bit more of that dark Decadent out here in the outer corner as well to get this to flow together a bit more. So I'm just gently blending this a bit. I think I'm gonna use this brush that's a bit firmer so I can get this to soften out a little bit. Okay, let's get rid of the fallout, and I think that is the eye. I really like it. Oh, that's so pretty. Should I just finish this up and then I can do the rest off camera? I really want to try, I think I'm gonna try this one, the one in the corner that's called Stud Muffin. I'm gonna use that under my eyes. I'm also gonna spray that. That looks really cute. Oh, that also picks up really nice. That is more like a true blue. It doesn't have any of those like turquoisey sheen to it. It's more like a dark blue metallic. That's very, very pretty. And I'm taking that shadow that I talked about in the beginning, this Hot and Fresh here in the corner. It seems to have a little bit of a blue sheen to it. I think it's like a light bluish silver, and I'm gonna spray that and I'm gonna put it in my inner corners and blend it together with the other shades. Yeah, that's like a light silver with a slight minty tint. Very cool and super pigmented. When I have it, I just clean off the brush so there's no excess product, and then I can move it around a bit more, fade it so that I can get it where I want it to be. So that's gonna be the finished look. It's very dramatic. It's more purpley plum than I thought it was gonna be, because that dark brown actually does pull very plum. You can see it now a lot when it's together with that blue. So smoky, so beautiful. So far, definitely the same quality as those ice cream shop palettes. Very impressed. Okay, let me fix this up and do some mascara and we can see how it all looks. Okay, so this is the look when I have some mascara on. I will say that this palette has really surprised me because this one is a brown, but this is so much more a plum, and I think that you can see that. So if you want to have just a brown look, I would suggest only using this one, but if you want to have this very smoky plum, definitely add the one at the top because it is darker and it is smokier, but it's also it has a very strong purpley plum undertone. I was saying red first when I put it on, but now that it all has come together, definitely a plum undertone. And I will say I like that because that gives even more options to this palette. And you also have this treat here, which is a light, like a dove gray matte. So lots of options. So impressed. Let me put the lashes on and we can see the finished thing. Okay, so I put the regular Iconics on. I also used a bit of Prance in my waterline, just a light blue. I know that this color in particular is discontinued, but there's a lot of brands right now that have light blue liners for your waterline. I really like this one though. I love how this look is, and it's not at all what I expected it to be, but I love it. And I can't believe that this is how dramatic I was able to go with this palette. It feels like the same quality right now as the ice cream shop palettes. So I'm gonna do another look and I'm gonna do it with the matte blues and we'll see if those are up to par as well. But this one, I'm in love. Okay, time to do the second look, and I am gonna be using these two mattes. These two that are here. You have Sheet Day up here as well, but it's more of a periwinkle matte blue leaning a bit more purple, and I want to start with this one that's called Delish, and I am going to deepen it up with So Good. That is what I'm going to do. I haven't really decided what shimmer to use yet, but we'll figure it out. With blues, it is better to just pat a little bit because otherwise you might end up over blending them and they might look patchy. And you might look like you have a bruise instead of a nice blue eyeshadow. You have to blend the edges a bit more carefully because, I mean, your skin tone, most of us, aren't blue or blue leaning. So if you overblend, it's gonna look a bit muddy, and also you might end up patching it up because it's not naturally gonna blend into your skin tone. So I'm just pushing and pressing with some circular motions into the skin where I want the eyeshadow to be. And I want it to be a little higher here. That is a stunning color. And then gently I am buffing on the edge to even up that edge, to soften up that edge a bit so we don't have a super harsh line. But I can't expect it to just seamlessly disappear into my skin because at least I can't make a blue have that kind of a seamless blend into the eye. You just have to be okay with it being a softened edge. I'm taking off the shadow from the brush and I am again going over this edge with small circular buffing motions just to soften it up a little bit. It is a very stunning light blue, and you can see in the edges here that it's turning a little bit greenish, and that's because I have a yellow or like more yellow leaning undertone. So when I start to blend it out into my skin, it is gonna turn into something more turquoisey green because it's gonna like blend into my skin tone, and that's why I try to not overblend because I don't want the look to look green. I want it to look blue. So I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, and then we're gonna deepen this up. Okay, so now I'm taking that So Good, and that was instant color payoff. That is such a nice like Klein blue matte. Oh my god, I love that. I love that so much. That is so pretty. Oh wow, I feel like I'm boring for doing the pretty much same eye shape today as I did yesterday. Is that boring? Am I boring? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be boring. I'm just trying to try out the palette. Wow, that is so pretty. I'm going back with the brush that I had the light blue, and I'm just going over the edge with a little bit more shadow to have a little bit of a blend. I think I'm gonna try and see how this one is. It's this one. It is like a black with some glitter in it. I don't really care about that. I'm gonna try and see if I can use that and make this even deeper. That is very pretty. I can see a little bit of the shimmer here. If that is something that bothers you, I would skip this step, but for me, I don't really care about that. I'm just gonna put some black in the outer part here. And then I'm blending with some blue on top to keep the blue theme. That is very, very smoky. Should I try and maybe cut the lid just to make it a bit different from yesterday? Or should I skip it and see if I can cut the lid with just setting spray and the light, like just foiling it? Let's do that instead and see if that is possible. That is very pretty. I'm gonna see if I can just get some of these. I'm using the So Good, which is the dark blue. I'm gonna use that under my eyes as well. Just gonna really do a blue smoky eye. And I'm taking the lighter blue, Delish. Is it called Delish? Yeah, Delish. And I'm just blending that on the edge so we have the same gradient as we do on top. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of the, it's called Baker's Dozen. It's that black with some glitter in it, and I'm just putting that closest to the lash line here at the outer part, so it follows the same pattern as we have on top. So this is the smoky crease that we have going on. I think it's looking really nice. At least that's what I'm thinking. At least that's what I'm seeing, maybe I should say. I'm gonna do the same on the other eye, and then we'll do some shimmers. I love this. I love a nice like bright blue. Okay, while I've been fixing the other eye, I've been talking to my friends at Marco Polo about how impressed I am by this formula. It's actually crazy how impressed I am. It's one of the best colorful matte formulas I've ever tried, and I haven't heard a lot of people rave about the BH Cosmetics formula lately. But you can be sure that I will be buying more BH Cosmetics in the future. I will do this one, Sugared, which is like a white metallic. I will start in the beginning with that one on like a flat shader brush, if I can find one. And I will spray it, I'm just cleaning it, and I will spray it, and I will see if I can like really cut. Maybe I should use just a little bit more of that Delish here in the inner part. This is me using that light blue just a little bit to really tie it in here. You can see I'm using a very light hand. And then I'm going over with the other brush. Okay, I'm spraying it, and then I am gonna paint this on and do a sharp line, like if I did a cut crease. You can do this with really like foiled shades if you just spray them and have a brush that is like a flat tip. This is a Kaleidos brush, unfortunately this is discontinued, but just a flat brush that has a bit of a pointy tip, and you can fake a cut crease like that. Cool, huh? See? No concealer needed. I'm gonna meet up with some blues here as well. I think I'm gonna use this stud muffin, the one that's in the bottom, this one here, the one that I used in my lower lash line in the other look. I'm gonna use that. I sprayed it a little bit and I'm just gonna put that here in the middle. And I am gonna just blend this together with the white one a bit, so it just somewhat blends together and has a bit of a fade. I feel like that is really good. I love the contrast, I really do. Let's use a little bit of that in my inner corners as well. Okay, so this is the look right now. I used the same liner as I did yesterday. This is Pants. I also tried this one for the first time. This is the Sephora and Stabilo eyeliner collab. It's one of those, it looks like a marker, and that is the blue liner that you see here. And I will say, very impressed. If you see this on like a deal or something, or if you were looking for a blue eyeliner, this was very nice. It went over all of the other shadows with just one layer, and it was pretty opaque. I'm impressed. I'm also gonna put on the same lashes I had yesterday. These are, stop it. These are the original Iconics. I'm gonna put those on and we can just admire this blue wonderfulness. Okay, so the look is finished. Ooh, let me take this down so I can see if I'm actually recording. I am. Good for me. I am beyond impressed with this palette. I know I've been oohing and eyeing all through this whole like tutorial experience, but these are truly some of the best blue mattes I've ever worked with. They layer, they blend, they're not patchy, they are wonderful. When did BH Cosmetics formula change? Because I didn't like the Carly Bible palette, I did like the Weekend Vibes palette, but it was not as good as this. So what happened? When did they change? Was the other brunch palettes as good as this one? I know they have the avocado and the mimosa one. Are they as good as this one? Because I might be eyeing those. I am very, very impressed. The only thing I wish is that they had one more metallic blue. One of these, like these two are fairly similar neutral shimmers. Well, one is darker and one is a bit more warmer, but one of those could have been like a sky blue shimmer, like the one that they have in the Colourpop Blue Moon palette. That would have made this palette 10 out of 10. But I still think it's 9.5 out of 10, just out of using it twice, but I am very, very impressed. I'm gonna be keeping my eyes open for more BH Cosmetics palettes in the future. That's for sure. If you have any info, did you try more recent palettes from BH Cosmetics except the ones that I've tried, because I've tried this one and the ice cream shop ones? Let me know your thoughts about them. I know a couple of you had said that the avocado one is really good as well. Does it seem to be performing like this one? Because I feel like I need to know. Also, I wanted to mention, so I don't forget, I've been using this brush both for this one and I think the other look as well. This is one of my favorite, also with the other. I have so many because I love these so much. These are basically 13, 14 and 15. These are my favorites. They're gonna have a sale in October. They are gonna have 50% off the core set, which does include this brush. This is the number 5. This is the bronzer brush that I use every day. There is also 2 really good eye brushes in that set that I also use a lot. There is one like pinched buffer brush and there is a pencil brush. I use those a lot as well. That set is gonna be 50% off, and I will leave a link down below where you can sign up for like access when the sale comes. I'll also let you know again when the sale comes on my channel so I don't forget it. But if you were interested in Rephr brushes, these are also going to be on sale. 13, 14, 15. I highly recommend those as well. Highly recommend 13, 14, 15. I might pick up more myself during the sale because I just never want to be without them. So I will leave a link down below where you can sign up if you are interested in getting some Rephr brushes, because yeah, there is going to be a sale in, I think sometime like 10th, 12th, 15th October. I will remind you again in another video. I just don't want you to miss out because I know how interested a lot of you have been in picking up Rephr. So I wanted to mention that as well. All in all, super impressed with this look, super impressed with the quality. I am blown away. Blown away. It's as good as the ice cream shop palettes. It really is. Now I need to try more BH. Okay, I've been rambling. I'm rambling. Sorry. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you again tomorrow because there's going to be a video tomorrow as well. Bye!